Huda is a borderline psychopath, and coming from somebody as unhinged as me, that is saying something. Love Island USA episode 10. What the fuck? A couple of days ago, I seen a video about Huda's ex saying that she was crazy, and I was like, oh, you don't listen to people's exes, they're usually the problem. But as time's gone on, I'm actually starting to believe it. A few times we've seen Jeremiah make Huda breakfast, and when he hands it to her, she's just like, oh, can I get water, or can I get this, or can I get that? It's never just like, oh, thanks very much. Last night he made her pancakes, and she said, oh, no protein. Aye, okay, the pancakes were undercooked, but at least he tried. When they were speaking in soul ties, she says, I want you to do more cute little things for me, but I want you to want to do them. And aye, okay, she's just expressing how she feels, but by doing that, she's asking him to do these things. He's not doing it because he wants to. So at that point, I wasn't really thinking that much of it, and I was like, right, okay, she's just trying to like express how she's feeling. But then he said something about her giving him a love bite, and she was like, I didn't do that. I didn't suck it, I kissed it. The evidence was right there. We actually seen it. And then later Iris mentioned it, and she says, oh, I think she's been quite possessive and quite high schooly by like giving him a hickey or whatever it is they call it. And I was like, that is compulsive lying, obsessive, controlling behaviour. Now, had she just done that and he mentioned it and she just laughed it off and went, oh, sorry, or whatever, that would have been fine. It's the fact that she blatantly lied about doing it. She decided to make her own breakfast because she didn't want salmonella poisoning. Fair enough. But when she was standing cooking it, she asked Taylor for help. And then later she says to Jeremiah, oh, you should thank your boy Taylor for helping me with breakfast. And she was obviously being passive-aggressive. And then when he says, like, what the fuck? She's like, oh, what do you mean? I didn't mean it like that. That's exactly how she meant it. More lies. More manipulating. More gaslighting. And then later when Jeremiah was telling the boys, Taylor says that she actually asked me to help, I didn't volunteer. And why would she want Jeremiah's help anyway? He'd already undercooked her pancakes. Let's be honest though, Jeremiah wasn't exactly innocent, was he? When they were sitting speaking, he says, oh, I've had a lot to process. You're a literal mum. He's just got to weaponise that all the time. No matter what happens. Oh, I'm stressed out because you're a mum. Oh, I can't do this because you're a mum. Right, okay, accept it or fuck off. Then when he was telling the boys what happened with Huda, aye, okay, he told them in a roundabout way what happened, but he totally fabricated what she said and totally dramatised it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was a bit distracted when the subtitles came up, but did she say to him that if they ended up going out, would he share his location? And he says, I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that because you have to trust the person. And I know that a lot of couples share the location and you think, oh, it's not really a big deal, but there does come a point where you just have to trust somebody, and unless you're worried for that person's safety, then why do you need to share your location? I can guarantee that even if you did share your location, if somebody wants to cheat, they'll be able to do it without you even suspecting it, whether you know where they are or not. The boys were having a chat and they asked, who did you enjoy kissing when you came into the villa? And Peppy was like, oh, it was just a good time, it was just fun. And Jalen was like, Orlandria. And Taylor thought, oh fuck, I'm going to have to step up my game. So all of a sudden he's planning me dates and he's trying to be cute and he's being all like touchy-feely in bed and all that. And Orlandria is saying, oh, is he doing this now because Jalen's interested? Yes. Yes, that is exactly why he's doing it. And as we've heard Taylor say on many occasions, he doesn't find her sexually attractive or whatever. Jalen does. He's making it very clear. And she's as well just going with him, I think. I don't know, but I actually really love this guy for some reason. When he was talking to Orlandria about leaving the country and he was saying he was really upset and he was crying and stuff, I love a man who's in touch with his emotions, and nobody can turn around and say, oh, he's not manly or he's not masculine or whatever for sharing his feelings. Look at him. Men can share their feelings. It's perfectly masculine. So I really hope him and Orlandria end up together. I really think it's meant to be. Pepe is confusing as fuck. He went in there, he says that he was interested in Hannah, but he spoke to Sierra and says, oh, you're my type. Hannah and Sierra are nothing alike. And this is no hate whatsoever, it's literally just a question. But when Sierra speaks, she does like this thing with her mouth. And I'm thinking, is she doing that deliberately or has her lips been overfilled? I've never had lip filler, so I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people comment on it, and I just don't know, like, is she just actually doing that deliberately or not? When Sierra is with Pepe, she's into him. She's flirting away, there's no problems. But when Iris was speaking to Nick, she's so jealous. And at one point, she kind of, like, walked past, like, strutting her stuff, which is fine. She's kind of, like, marking her territory. But then, if she really liked him that much, then why is she speaking to Pepe the way she's speaking to him? It's confusing. I know they're just exploring, but I think if you're going to get that raging over him speaking to somebody, then why is it alright for you to do it? And as for Nick, well, as I've told you from the start, he's an absolute skis bag. My opinion hasn't changed. I said that over the course of this season, if he stays in, he's going to go with at least another 2 or 3 women. He was sitting with Iris, oh, you're my type. He said that to Belle and he said it to Sierra, and they're all completely different. As I literally said from day one, his type is anything with a vagina. Iris is also confusing me, because when she went in, she said she was going in for Jeremiah. She then told Nick that she had her eye on him when she walked in, and she said pretty much the same thing to Ace. And I don't even fucking know who she likes. I'm glad that she's pursuing Jeremiah even though he's with Huda, because she can't let Huda dictate her time in the villa. And as she said, like, she's trying to mark her territory and stuff, but if she likes him, she might as well go for it. Especially since, like, I feel as if Jeremiah's, like, in a hostage situation right now. Austin is playing it cool. He's playing it too cool. Shelley wants somebody who's going to pursue her, who's going to give her princess treatment and all that. And I know that he's just trying to be chill and be like, oh, I'm not bothered, like, you can come to me or whatever. But it's not doing him any favours whatsoever. And I don't really speak about his political views, right? I try and kind of keep it out of it, but I've seen other people talk about it. And I do kind of think to myself, what would Shelley think if she actually paired up with him and she was going out with him? And then she came out and found out he was a Trump supporter. That's a kind of make or break situation. Finally, let's discuss Hannah. She went in there, she was very honest, and she says, I'm not in here to find a husband in the first 2 days. I want to explore and get to know people. But then when she really liked Charlie, I thought, oh, like, they make a good couple, like, they're cute together or whatever, and they looked really comfortable with each other. But when Pepe came in, she was like, shit, I'm in trouble now. So finally, let's talk about Hannah. She's went in there, she's been very honest. She's not really the type to settle down, she gets bored really easily. She kind of fancies a lot of people, she doesn't really have a type or whatever. But then when she met Charlie, she was really excited because she wasn't interested in anybody else in the house. And they were quite cute together and everything was going well. Too well. When Pepe came in, she was like, shit, I'm in trouble here. And she wasn't wrong. When we think back to when Nick was in a love triangle with Sierra and Bella and he was kissing both of them and the girls weren't too pleased about it, let's keep that in mind. Because what's going to happen when Hannah goes out and tells the girls that she was kissing Pepe, and she wasn't only kissing him, she was straddling him, she was lying cuddling him. It was quite heavy considering it was their first kiss and they've just met, and it's on national television. But she's got to go out and tell the girls, and you know fine well they're going to be like, oh, go girl, go you, like, you're not going out with anybody, blah blah blah. And that's fine. But just think of what would happen if that was a man that done that. I totally respect her game, she's there to explore and she's being honest about it. The reason I didn't like it when Ace was doing it is because he was saying he wasn't very touchy-feely to one person and hugging the other person. Nick was kissing one person and then not telling the other person. So while they were playing the game the way it's supposed to be, they weren't being honest about it. If she leaves Pepe and goes and speaks to Charlie and says, oh, we were in there, we were kissing and this and that happened, then absolutely fine, there's no problems whatsoever. And you might think, oh, she doesn't owe anybody an explanation, but they kind of do. They have to be honest with each other, otherwise what's the point? Let me know what you thought of last night's episode, and do you think that Huda is actually unhinged or not? But I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!